Hello everybody and welcome to another mystery box function challenge. In the purple box is some mystery math and your challenge is to figure out what it is. You can use the link in the description if you want to try this out on your own, and when you've got an idea, come on back and see if we get the same thing. All right, I'm going to start with a 0. So 0 is giving us that not a number error, and most of the time we see that when we try to take the square root of a negative number. So maybe we've got a square root function going on here. Let's keep going a little bit. How about a 1? Still not a number. Let's go out further in the positives. How about a 4? Nope. How about a 6? Oh, okay. So maybe I'll back up one. How about a 5? So that's giving us a 2. All right, let's go a little further in this direction. How about a 7? Now 7, that's a decimal that is recognizable, at least the part after the decimal point. The square root of 2 is 1.4142, etc. So that is making me think for sure this is a square root function. And look, we have the beginnings of this curve that looks an awful lot like the square root function too. So if 7 somehow corresponds to 2, let's put in 9, which would correspond to 4. And if we get a whole number here, I think that'll help clinch it. Aha. Okay, so I think we've got the square root function, and this is where it starts. So this is sort of like the 0 point. It wouldn't normally be here if it was just f of x equals the square root of x. You'd see the same shape here. So I don't think there's any multiplier in this, because here, if this is 0, this is just 1 up and 1 over. That makes sense for the square root of 1. The square root of 1 is 1. The square root of 0 is 0. And this would be 2, and this would be 4. So what's happened here is that this has been moved over 5 to the right, and it's been moved up 2 from the origin. So we've got the square root of x, and this moving over 5 to the right means you actually subtract 5. And that's why when we put in 0, we got not a number, because 0 minus 5 is negative 5. You can't take the square root of that negative 5. So that all makes sense with that. And then this plus 2 is just outside, and that will raise the function up from the x-axis by 2. So I think this is our function, but let's go ahead and test a couple of points just to make sure. Let's put in a let's put in a 9. So that would be the square root of 9 minus 5 plus 2. Well, 9 minus 5 is 4. So the square root of 4 plus 2, that's 2 plus 2, that's 4, and that's what we got for 9. So what if we put in, let's go, well, that became 4. So what if we put in 14? And the reason I want to put in 14 is because when you subtract 5 from that, you get 9. So this would be the square root of 9 plus 2. So that should give us 5 if we put in 14, right? Let's test that. So we'll put in 14. And it does indeed give us 5. We can't see it on the graph, but that's okay. I think we've got this one. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, the square root of x minus 5 and then plus 2, and we can graph that as well. Yeah, so that typical tapering curve of the square root function just been moved to the right and up a couple. Well, how did that go for you? Did you get square root? Let me know. Thanks, everybody.